Hello. Check. Alright, levels look good. Alright, so today we are in a plane that I never gave the light of day since the moment it came out. And I'm sure you already know because you clicked on this video. But the A320 IniBuilds, the A320 V2, the free updated A320 from Microsoft Flight Sim, came like a couple months ago, dude, like a while ago. I downloaded it, and as I was, hold on, let me turn the ATC down. That seems like it might be too loud. I downloaded this, and I tried flying it one time, and just with the way my settings were configured at the time, it killed my FPS, so I never tried it again. And I think that was a silly move to make, because now that I'm doing the lossless scaling, you can see it kind of messing up there, but overall, like, I am in love with lossless. I'm playing in 4K. I'm not recording in 4K, but I'm playing in 4K with a 3060 Ti. Anyway, so I thought I'd try this plane again, and man, is it cool. And something that's so shocking is like just the cabin on this airplane is outstanding. Look at the detail and the textures. Like, this is the best cabin I've ever seen. Look at the texture detail. I don't know how well it's going to translate in the recording, but I mean, I'm sure you guys have flown this and you guys kind of know. But as for somebody that doesn't want to spend $50 on the Phoenix, even though I know it's worth it and it's a fantastically modeled airplane, this is just for, you know, somebody that loves Airbus, wants very decent system modeling. Like, there's nothing to complain about at all, and just wants to shoot some ILSs, some RNAVs, have a great time, and maybe have a little snack here. I love this. Why doesn't anybody else other than the V2 and then I think the Phoenix, well, obviously the Phoenix, have the tray that pulls out? That's so fun. I love that. But dude, I'm just gonna make a quick video. We are on approach here soon. We're gonna be going into Cleveland, I believe, is where we're headed. Anyway, I'm used to the fly-by-wire, so I am not up to snuff on my procedures and my inputting everything into the computer, because, you know, the fly-by-wire, you don't have to. You put in the bare minimum and it just goes, there you are, here's your ILS, you know, which is great to some extent, you know, but this is like a step before the Phoenix, and I'm absolutely loving this plane. And this is going to be my new go-to A320, without a doubt at all. And we got beautiful weather here today, and coming into Cleveland. It's really pretty. But there's one thing I did notice, is that for some reason, and only flying this plane, the wind sounds in the cockpit are unbearably loud. So I had to go to, I'll show you what I got going on. My settings to the sound, and that chatter you're hearing is from this program called, what is it called? Luke something? Luke Air Tool, something like that. But it does passenger chatter, etc. I'll do a video on that at some point. Subscribe and you'll see all the cool immersive tips I have. Anyway, we'll stop that for now. I had to go into the sounds and turn down environment to like 20 something, you know, because at 100 it's unbearable. I'm not even going to do it. But if you've flown this plane, you've probably noticed that. I'm going to turn it down even more. Being that I have FS Realistic and it has its own wind sounds, I don't think I need that. and it has its own airport sounds, outside sound. Like, I'm not interested, you know, because I do anticipate flying this A320 often, so it's fine for me to just turn that off. So keep that in mind. But we'll do a nice little approach in here. I'm no A320 buff, but I do know that this is leagues better than the fly-by-wire. Which I like the fly-by-wire, but dude, like, this is just so cool. I had no idea how awesome IniBuilds, or how awesome of a job IniBuilds did on this plane, dude. It's spectacular. Outside looks great, of course, but again, the cabin, you just, like, and I work at an airport, and a lot of, you know, every night of my work life, I get up on an A320 and I clean it, cross seat belts, do all that. So I'm very familiar with these planes. And this is the best cabin I've seen. I'm sure the Phoenix is just as good, if not better, but man, did they do a good job on this. I had no idea it was this well done. The stitching, I don't know again how the video is going to come across, but the stitching, you can see it's different texture from the fabric, like everything's really well done. I'm really surprised. Sorry. Also, I just started, hold on, let me get my ForeFlight pulled up here. I need to slow down, I think, right? What am I at? Oh, I'm at 200, we'll do flaps 1. A little discombobulated, because I just swapped up my whole setup. I got my stick on the right, throttle quad on the left. I'm going first officer, baby. And it's actually really fun and super strange, but I guess you guys are going to see me do an approach and you'll be able to judge me. So let's go ahead and get our landing system button on and go ahead and throw approach on. I feel like, should I do localizer first? I feel like you do loc first, right? I don't know, I'm rusty on the Airbus, but this plane has got me all hot and bothered for Airbus content. And I just got a little $30 Logitech side stick. Best decision ever. Makes me want to fly the Airbus like a lunatic. And it's super rewarding and fun. Especially in the first officer. It's, if you haven't tried, you know, swapping your setup and doing first officer, it is a crazy experience to get used to. I'm just going to throw it in approach mode. I think it'll figure it out. I don't know what that means. I'll have to Google that. And I also have never known what pred WS off means. Something to do with windshield, I'd imagine. I don't know. But I'm over it, and I don't really care. I'm going to do controlled speed. How do I do that? Let's bring this puppy down. I feel like it's going too fast. But yeah, man, good to see me do my best to land this plane. So we got glide slope. We're still looking for localizer. Maybe I should have kept that localizer button on. I don't like that.
2,500.
All right. You know what? I'm just going to stop it, reconfigure, and we'll try this again. Alright, I think I'm things are looking up here. Some of you are probably laughing at me. I need to brush up on my my Airbus, obviously. I'm looking a little rusty here. I'm going to try to join in on this ILS signal here. So I don't know what I did wrong, but we're going to figure it out together. You're probably screaming at your screen, knowing the answer, and probably driving you bonkers, but
Traffic, Global West, November 2 Sierra Sierra on a 30 mile straight in final runway 6.
Okay, we're looking a little better than we were last time, I think. Let's go. I guess I'm going to wait till I went too far on the heading. Darn it. What is it doing now? Son of a bitch. Sorry to cuss. I am. What am I doing? We're going. F it. We'll do it live. Oh gosh, my throat. I am not. Okay. We're going real Dukes of Hazzard type thing with this. Putting spoilers out, slowing down, gear's not even down. We're gonna pretend like this is an emergency. We're all gonna die if I don't get the plane on the ground. It's a terrible idea. Good thing this wasn't like a super long flight or anything, where I poured in a bunch of time.
Traffic, November 228 here, 20 miles.
Dump flaps, gears down. Speed's kind of under control. Let me get my speed brakes back up. Alright. And on top of all of this, my eyes are not used to seeing everything flipped. As far as the PFD and MFD, like I'm confused when I look down trying to get guidance. Alright, so we're not looking good, but we're not looking terrible. I'm just gonna really go crazy here. And again, I still don't have a sight picture, you know, for the first officer side of things yet. So I'm still working on that. It's totally different feeling, totally odd. I love it though, it's super fun. Usually I can at least do an ILS in an Airbus, but apparently not. Anyway, the fly-by-wire would have let me get away with that, but the Airbus V2, I'm gonna have to watch videos. Jonathan Beckett, here we come. Here I come. That's what she said. It's gross. Me. Alright. We're still way high. Can I slip an Airbus? Find out. Not really. Not really at all. Not even a little. Now we're in a pilot-induced oscillation. So if anybody tries to get you to slip an Airbus, well, I don't know, it kind of worked. I feel like that one guy on Instagram that has like an Xbox or PlayStation controller and just does approaches and wiggles and waggles all over and then lands all smooth at the end. But I still have to get the landing smooth part, which I would not put your money on. Okay. Again, I'm a new first officer, so don't judge me too much on center line here. We're coming in hot. But honestly, with the situation we had,
400.
not the worst. Not the worst.
300. Minimum.
And continue.
100.
Let's see what we got here. I've been idle.
40. 30. 20.
Oh boy.
10. 5.
Reverser's green. Didn't even set auto brake. What a mess. I did learn from my buddy who's an actual American pilot, flies the A320s, 321s. You may already know this, but with reverse thrust, you know, you're going crazy with it when you land. But whenever you get to 80 knots, you go half reverse, 50%, and then when you get to 60, you turn them off, and then you just brake, you know, from there. But that was quite the approach, huh, guys? But if you haven't flown this plane in a while, you haven't tried it, or, you know, I don't know, but go fly it, dude. It's so usually fun and not a catastrophe like I just did, but it goes to show that you can't just be messing around. You gotta know what you're doing to some extent in this. Try to get the lights up. Actually, go into our handy dandy IniBuilds Little tablet here. I like the tablet. It's alright. I'm very partial to the fly-by-wire, but look at this cabin, dude. Pardon me, I burped. But man, this thing's awesome. Just the texturing on the panel alone, like up here, look at that. Outstanding. This is one of the few planes that, you know, with the texturing, you zoom in and you get more impressed. Like, never have I ever zoomed in to texturing on any plane and been more impressed. Look at that. I hope it comes across in the video, but to me that looks real. I genuinely could be looking at a real one and I wouldn't know the difference. But man, this thing's awesome. I just gotta learn it. I gotta go to school. Look at that. How fantastic is that? Every little surface has realistic. That's what the walls of an A320 look like. That's exactly the texture they have. So I don't know how much work went into this, but man, it shows. And one of the cool things about this that you probably already know, but if you don't, you're going to open the Airbus windows. Again, I'm sure the Phoenix does this, but no other Airbus that I've ever flown does. And boom, you get a cockpit door. How cool is that? But I know the Phoenix, I know it's better, so don't think that I am trying to say otherwise. I know all these pull out, blah, 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 blah on the Phoenix, but I'm talking to people who don't have $50 to spend on the Phoenix, and this is a great little plane. Sorry for the bad approach, but give the Airbus V2 a shot if you haven't already.